What's poppin'? Brand new year and I'm locked in. Far as this teaching go, I am unreachable. I'm number one in your top 10. Miss Williams, been poppin'.
This must be the worst week for Black people ever.
It really is, I think.
It just seems really bad lately.
It just seems really bad. I think this is the first time in the past, we started this channel October of 2021. I think this is the first time that we have had a week where it's like every time we're doing YouTube,
it's some bad news.
Like this is the third day that we're doing YouTube, and it's like a bad news about a lot of Black folk.
Well, in today's In today's news, former Monroe High School teacher Audrianna Williams has been indicted on sexual contact by employee charges, faces up to 10 years imprisonment for each charge. For those who do not know, this was the teacher that went viral on TikTok who was rapping. I'm sure you guys saw her.
Everybody was so happy for her, said she's a nice teacher.
Yeah,
she's a good teacher. The children love her.
Yeah.
I really hope that this is not true.
Well, apparently
I think it is true, because I think they said they brought the boy out.
Yeah, they actually found out who the student. Apparently, she was having sexual contact with the student, and I think they said something about oral or whatever.
Okay,
and then on top of that,
into what's really
that wasn't going
on.
deep. No, but let me read the charges. So this comes from the Shade Room. As we previously reported, Williams, who is married, knowingly performed acts on a student enrolled at Monroe.
Yeah.
District Attorney Greg Edwards for Doug Huronton County Judicial Circuit commented on the importance of his office prosecuting cases, saying we must protect the integrity of both of our educators and our children. A grand jury has indicted the former teacher. And she was arrested for 2 counts of SA on a student in December 2023.
And this is a minor. Oh my goodness gracious!
I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I don't know why you go
and it's a woman.
You know what really disturbs
when it's a woman that does something. I just feel so bad.
What really disturbs me is that how do you as a teacher look at somebody you're supposed to educate and think that's who I should go be with? There has to be some type of mental decline for you to look at somebody that you're teaching and be like, I should go with that person, that child.
So that child looks up to you. That's the thing. It's such a break. It's such a break in trust when a teacher turns around and all of a sudden this teacher that you've looked up to, all of a sudden, I remember when I was a young girl, I was in secondary school. I don't know if that's considered high school, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I was still in middle school. Or was I in high school yet? I think I was still in middle school. I think that was in my last year, what you will consider my last year in middle school.
Mom went to school in Sierra Leone.
I remember I was at the board, and first year in high school. It was for first year in high school, and I remember I was at the board, and it was a male teacher, we had these uniforms that I used to sew myself. Actually, I used to make all my uniforms. But I was at the board writing something, teacher had called me up. I was always raising my hands to answer questions, and the teacher had called me up. Other people had raised their hand, but he had called me up to come up and write some stuff. And I remember, and I really liked this teacher actually. I was very much like a teacher, kind of like how you were kind of like a teacher's pet. I was very much like that too. And I went back, and it was a math class, and I went back to sit down, and the girls, it was a girls' school, all girls' school, and they were just like, oh my goodness, like everybody was telling me how this teacher was just looking at my behind as I was doing that, and they were like, oh God, like I felt so small and so dirty.
Well,
like it was
violated.
my fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe I should wear that girdle my mom has been telling me to wear. Because maybe my bottom does move too much. I was just writing on the board. And like you're writing and you're walking and but I just felt so bad. I cannot imagine like being violated like that by a teacher. Just a teacher looking at me inappropriately, I felt bad. So it's so
It's very
sad.
unfortunate and it's very sick. This is why you can't really look up to people. Like, you don't know what people be doing.
But young people should be able to look up to their teachers. They do.
No, I'm
They
just talking about like other grown
naturally
adults
do.
who are looking at her and be like, "Oh, look at this teacher. She's making it big and all this stuff that
I was
she's
so
doing."
happy that here's a teacher
Who's
the
making education
students-
fun.
Yes, and the students like.
And admired just to do this. This is why when
Now I gotta look at any teacher who gets along with students. Now you look at them like,
Well, I mean, I remember it's like that other teacher who had these girls come and do his hair at school. Like, he had them loosen his dookie braids.
why?
I don't know. For me, I felt like there goes another. Anyway, let me not
Why?
stereotype my own way.
Where are they doing that?
Well, I just felt like you could have done it yourself, but it was just like,
No,
how...
your students should not be doing your hair. What the hell is that? That's inappropriate.
Yeah, a lot of people found issue with it, and to me it just seemed
Was
like...
that during class time?
Well, I think he said it was after class, like class was over.
But why will you
I
be
think that-
hanging out with girls?
To me, I just found it very suspect because it's like you're using them. You know, like how sometimes there's a tendency in our culture for black men to use black women. It's like you're using these students to come and do your hair. Take your ass to a hair salon and go get your own damn hair done. That's how I felt when I saw it.
But why are you hanging around them
Well, you
outside of class? That's what I'm
Well,
trying
it
to
happened
figure
in
out.
the classroom. It was just the class was over. And
I know,
guess
but the classroom is not for that. It's
Yeah.
for learning.
that's what I was.
So now you're misusing the environment.
Yeah, he didn't get fired or anything, whatever case. But when that came out, I just felt like, well, why are you doing that? Like, it's not their job to loosen your hair. You probably got dandruff and your hair probably ain't clean. So, anyway, I had an issue with that. But back to subject at hand. Where was I? I just feel like this is very unfortunate. It is very sad. But hopefully she does get what she deserves because it's wrong.
And then you were
you're
married
mess-
too. Does she have children? Oh my God.
And now your children have to deal with this. The embarrassment your husband has to deal with. Like, that's just, you a effed up individual, lady.
I don't know. I think the last time I heard about a teacher doing weird stuff was that one. That was a long time. I think before you were even born. The teacher who I think she had like 5 kids. And she went and was having a whole affair. I'm not going
She
to
was
call it an
Caucasian,
affair.
right?
Yes. I'm not even going to call it an affair because it wasn't an affair. This was a violation. This was an assault.
Yeah.
And the child was in middle school.
Yeah, I remember
the
that.
child was in middle school.
I was born during that
Later
time.
on, they ended up getting married. Yes, she went to jail. I think she was in jail for 7 years. The husband now had to have to, take care of their children. And then she got out of jail. While she was in jail, he'll go see her, I think. I don't know
The
how
student?
this whole thing. Girl, I don't know. She came out of jail and they actually got married. And I think they ended up having a child or 2.
They stayed married?
They stayed married for a while.
Oh, they got divorced eventually.
And then he divorced her. Is she dead now? No, I'm not. No, I'm just wondering about this story. Do you guys remember this story? It's even giving me a headache. Just talking about. Okay, I have to stop talking about it. I can't expose myself to these odd things because some of those things it really just I'm an empath, and so it just really I'm an empath. And so but it does, man. It messes me up.
Yeah. It's just very sick. There's some very nasty individuals.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, did they get married? No, they got married.
Do you know her name?
Girl, I don't know. Now I gotta go look it up. But they got married. why do I think she died?
Maybe she did die. Who knows?
But she's a young woman. I mean, she's not old like that. But he divorced her. He didn't want to be with her anymore. As he got older, I think he started to see what really happened to him. And he realized that he had been like manipulated, violated, and all of that stuff from when he was young. And he finally got some sense in his head.
You know,
didn't want to be in the relationship anymore.
What I have come to find from, just like from watching crime shows, stuff like that, I do see that, sometimes when somebody is violated, like in a situation, sometimes they will try to take control of the narrative, or they will try to take control of the situation and try to seem like, because I actually had a friend who... Because
they don't want it to seem like this
happened to me. Because I had a friend... who
you.
Actually was SA'd, but then like in her mind she said, well, I enjoyed it, so that's not what it was. Yeah. But she was trying to, because she was unconscious at the time she woke up to the incident or whatever. But the way she told me the story, it was as if she had tried to make it seem as if like it was something that but for me, I feel like sometimes it's not even like you enjoyed it, but it's just your body reacting to a feeling. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people try to make it seem like, oh, this isn't what happened to me. I took control of it. This is actually what happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it makes them feel better. So your mind,
with young children, too.
Sometimes your mind will try to change the narrative so you don't go insane. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
So that's what that's what, just based on that experience. Yeah. But so I think that's what happened to him. That's why he ended up marrying her. But then when you sit down, you're like, and you cross your foot, you're like,
and he's thinking about it.
That's not what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah, because after a while, and I figured when he got older, he will be able to really
decipher.
At what's really going on. And so he was the one who requested the divorce. Why do I think like they divorced, then came back together, then divorced for good?
Well, we'll probably look it up and maybe...
I have to go look it up because I can't look away.
Okay.
No, because it's going to be in my mind. I'm going to be like, wait, what was her name again? Yeah. It happened a long time ago. You kids probably were not alive during that time, but anyway.
Yeah. But we'll see you guys on the next video.
Bye.